Welcome to the Xtreme channel. My name is Mr. X, and there's been a lot of requests since I do 6 to 12 big trips per year to really document some of these in some extreme travel vlogs. So today we're looking at our first cruise of 2023. It is our first cruise since pandemic. We've done about 20 so far. This is Celebrity Equinox, and it's a Southern Caribbean cruise. We're going to go to Grand Cayman, Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao. So I'm going to document this for you. I'm going to look at there's my oldest son. I don't know what he's doing. But there's my daughter who's having her 50th ice cream. But going to show you the different in and outs of not only cruises in general, since we've been on about 20, but specifically this boat, this destination, and then of course Celebrity, which is kind of our go-to for cruises, which I'll talk a little bit about later. This isn't going to be all-inclusive, this video, so I'm going to leave a few things out, but it'll give you a good idea of why we choose Celebrity and why we like cruising in general. So while we're a collectible channel, we're going to talk more about extreme travels this year, so let's get going. As the Xtreme channel is pushing towards 50,000 subscribers, these are just a few of the statues we are giving away on the journey there. If you want to know how to win one, stay tuned for later in the video. I'm going to kick this off talking about the ship, the Celebrity Equinox. This is one of their 3 different classes of ships. This falls in the middle range. Used to be their high-end range. It holds about 2,000 people. So I'm going to take you through the different things on board, from food, from things to do. And again, it's not all-inclusive, meaning I'm not going to cover every single thing. But I think the first thing is start with the stateroom. We have a very rare and unique stateroom, so let's check that out. All right, so this is the Ford family Veranda stateroom on the Celebrity Equinox. Keep in mind, every boat only has 4 of these, 2 on level 8, 2 on level 7. Now to get these, you can't book them online. You have to actually call, and you have to have 5 people in your stateroom. So when you first walk in, and my family's outside, ready? There they are. There is another room that isn't adjoining, but you could make it an adjoining room, just a normal veranda side stateroom. But you walk in and you see right here, quite a bit of room, nice to put shoes or whatever you want. 1 bathroom in this room, which is a lot for 5 people to share. And they are still cleaning it, as you can see right here. Does have the more modern shower without the curtain, which is nice. Our bags are already right there. And you actually have 2 separate bedrooms here. This is the first bedroom with, I believe, a twin size, and then a pull-down bunk bed on top of that. Little nightstand area with a closet. Now it's important to note, I do not think there are outlets in here by this bed, so you'll want a portable charger of some type. And again, this is the Ford of the ship, so we'll look at that in a second. Here is a nice balcony you have. We're not going to go out there, but it does have a little enclosed area that's kind of nice. It's kind of enclosed from the wind, but then also a few different seats out there and a small stool. Over here you have a desk and a scale, which is just stupid on a cruise. Work area, but then you have a living area, which is kind of nice. So living area to hang out, which most staterooms don't have this. Now with this as well, this actually can convert into a bed each night, I believe. I'm banking on it because we need 5 bed or 4 beds. So they will make that up each night, I believe. We'll find out, I guess. So let's kick it off talking about the food, because that is something people always rave about in a cruise. And Celebrity, in our opinion, has the best food by far. Not only from a variety and options standpoint, but the quality. Over 20 years, that's remained pretty consistent. So I want to talk about the formal dining room. Now, it's not as formal as it used to be. You used to have to go full jacket and tie, fancy cocktail dresses. Now it's kind of business casual, so slacks and a polo shirt. But you go here, you make reservations, and it's a 5-star dinner. So everything from filet mignon to usually 5 or 6 different entrees every night. World-class service. Now, you don't have to go here every night. That is the great thing. They have a ton of other options we're going to look at specifically on this ship, but a lot of them transcend to the other Celebrity ships as well. Now, if you don't want to eat in the formal dining room for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you got to get to the other places on the boat. Now, ships are like small Vegas casinos, in my opinion. There's so much stuff to do. We only take stairs. It kind of helps justify for all the food we eat. So there are usually about 16 to 20 levels. We will take stairs the entire time, but there are elevators, of course, that you can take up to their buffet, which in our opinion is our favorite place to eat. They have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They close down for an hour in between each one, but from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m., they have so much different food. And while I'm not a fan of buffet food, their buffet food is phenomenal. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, they do themes, whether it's Asian food or Mexican, and there's always an Italian station with pasta and pizza. They serve ice cream for 9 hours a day, both soft serve and regular. We tend to eat here a lot, not just because of amazing desserts and so many different options, from sandwiches to steak to roast, but vegetarian options. And the fact is, sometimes we have more than 3 meals a day because we have all these options. And if this isn't good enough for you, during the day, you can also go outside where they have a grill. Hamburgers, hot dogs, french fries, a few other things. And all of this is included in the price of a cruise. However, if you want more, there's other options too. Depending on the size of the ship, they have restaurants you can actually pay for. Of course, we never use this because of all the other options. And I don't remember the exact price, but there's different, themes, whether it's sushi or seafood or Italian. But to me, I don't go on these. I recommend just staying with. Now, I haven't spoke about alcohol yet, but they have alcohol packages. So you can buy drink packages or you can pay per actual drink. Alcohol is available everywhere, not only at all the restaurants, but there are bars just absolutely everywhere. And if that's not enough, then you can actually have some alcohol brought to you, for example, at the pool. Also, another side note is there is room service option available. It's a little bit more limited menu nowadays, and they do charge you after 11 p.m., but food and alcohol is available anywhere and everywhere. So that's, to me, one of the great things about a cruise. Of course, technically I could do all that at home as well. And if you're new to the channel, you're wondering what me and my family looks like, here we are in our full glory. So we also take professional photos on a cruise, and that's what this is. So you can take professional photos. They set them up every night for dinner. And there's a ton of different backgrounds and green screens and stuff you can do with it. But that's not all you can do on a boat. There, of course, are 3 pools. You saw those at the beginning. You have 2 of them on the outside. They're not huge pools, and they're very, very crowded during the day, especially the days at sea. So while we love to swim and we have our own pool, and these were just a little small, so you kind of have to wait till the end of the day. But up top, they have a green grass area where they have putting tournaments and glass blowing, archery, all tons of different stuff. The amount of stuff to do on a cruise really, really never ends. You can continue to find stuff on the boat every hour of every day. From live music to, and live music is everywhere, to trivia games. They have like art style auctions on board, which when we went on our first cruises, we were kind of a sucker for these. You go and you buy art, and it's fine. I wouldn't recommend it. Don't get caught in it, but it's cool art to look at. Like, here's a pig with a crown on. How cool is that? If you get bored, you can actually go on the side too and commandeer one of the lifeboats. I always do that just to make sure they work, covertly. They have nightclubs. Now, depending which boat you're on, different types of nightclubs. Here they have the Quasar, where they'll do like a bar on the inside. They have a lot of lounges too. Speaking of, I don't think I got any pictures of the lounges, but 3 or 4 different lounges at least on board. And of course, all of them have bars. In the Quasar or Kazar here, they actually do the headphone dancing, where everyone's dancing with headphones on, cool stuff like that. They have a small theater where they show movies, and then also they do Deal or No Deal. They used to do bingo, And that's another note. With celebrity cruises, the majority of the crowd is older. So there's only like 30 kids on board. Most of them are going to die at any minute. And here is a library in case you want to have some peace and quiet. They also have a huge giant theater where they do variety shows, entertainment. Definitely worth going to in my opinion. Now, it's not Broadway stuff. These are kind of Broadway rejects, but still absolutely amazing time. You never get bored. And then on top of that, they have shopping, tons of cool shops on board. That's also a big thing we're going to talk about in the ports, as well as a decent sized casino. And the hours of these will vary depending on what port they are. Just like every casino, don't expect to win. Now, the reason you go on cruises is not only for the amazing food and things to do on boat, but to go on shore, to visit countries you've never been to before. As I said, this was a Southern Caribbean cruise. We went from Cayman Island, which we've been to about 4 or 5 times, to the ABC Islands, where we've never been, Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao. They're right by South America. So when you get on the island, it's pretty easy for the most part, unless you have to tender over. That means that the boat is too big to pull into a dock. So you take a smaller boat on over. That can be a pain in the ass sometimes, even taking hours. But once you get to the island, it is really great. There's so much stuff to do. Whether you want to find a beautiful beach, like for example in the Caribbean, there's tons of world record beaches that look absolutely amazing. You can book shore excursions through the boat or on land, which could be going scuba diving, swimming with stingrays, crawling waterfalls, island tours, history tours, all the above. We typically have done most of those, so we usually go on the island to shop. We love to shop, not only for jewelry and high-end things, but for crap. We love to buy crap. So here's some pictures. My favorite port this time was probably Bonaire, which I didn't, or no, sorry, Curacao. Bonaire was my second favorite, which I did not expect. Those are Dutch Antilles. You can really tell by the shape of the buildings, but so much cool stuff to do on shore. And again, you don't have to go just to the Caribbean. For example, we're going to Alaska later, which we've done before. We've done cruises in Europe and Asia, lots of different ways. And that's how we've hit up personally over 50 different countries. So the ports are just as exciting as the boat, in my opinion. We will be giving all of these statues away, plus additional ones at every 5,000 subscriber milestone. To win one of these statues, all you have to do is make sure you like this video, you've subscribed to the channel, you hit that bell notification, and then just drop a comment below. Every 5,000 subscriber milestone, we are going to do a random drawing and pick a random comment and give one of these statues away, plus some additional ones I'm not showing right now. The more videos you comment on, the higher your chances are to win. So last thing I'm going to leave you with is we love cruises, specifically celebrity. We've tried other ones, we're not a fan, and a lot of the time, not always, when we talk to somebody who doesn't like cruises, they went on a different company's line. So if you went on Carnival or something of that nature, you want to try it again, I highly recommend Celebrity. They have tons of additional options on top of the ones we talked about here. Everything from you can buy internet package to romance packages, but you can also just buy the ticket of the cruise and still be incredibly happy as well. Just be warned, with Celebrity, it is an older crowd. Now with that, I do recommend the Equinox. This is the first time we've been on it. We've been on almost all of their boats, and I'd say this is definitely one of the top 5 for sure. I really appreciate you guys watching. Please hit that like button, hit the subscribe. Even if you don't like extreme collectibles, which is normally what we're about, we're doing a lot of extreme travel content this year, including 2 more cruises. Talk to you later. Take care.